This video introduces you to how to come up with an engaging two-part title for a paragraph or an essay. So when we think about two-part titles, we want to think about a title and a subtitle. And for most things in life that have titles, the title is going to be shorter and catchier, and you're trying to get people's attention with it. And then if you have a subtitle, that's often a little bit longer and more informative and really tells readers exactly what they're getting into in reading your piece. So in my example that I have here, I have my fun title and the first line, "A controversial view on love," is trying to catch my reader's attention. And it's followed by a colon, which is going to serve as the transition from my title to my subtitle. And then my subtitle is more informative. So that subtitle is "Ernest Dawson's Relationship Pessimism in April Love." And so, as my fun title didn't really say much about what this paragraph was going to have in it, in my subtitle, I've identified the text, right? So, the poem April Love, it's by Ernest Dawson. And I also have another piece of that main idea in there. His relationship pessimism is a little bit more specific than just saying that his view on love is controversial. Also wanted to just note on here that my title is written using title case, which means that the first letter of each major word in my title starts with a capital letter. So I have those underlines just pointing that out in the title. And I also wanted to highlight on here just how the information in the topic sentence that helped me come up with my title. So a title should try to get at the main idea of your paragraph or the main idea of your essay. So this title was for a paragraph, so I'm going to look at the topic sentence to remind myself of what the main idea was. And so you'll see that in my topic sentence, I identified the poem title and the poet, right? So that went into my subtitle. And then my topic sentence also got at the main idea of the poem itself, right? Suggests that it makes sense to end a happy relationship to make sure that it never gets painful. So I was looking at that main idea to help come up with this idea of relationship pessimism in the informative subtitle, and also to come up with my hook of a controversial view on love, right? Most people would not end a happy relationship just to make sure that it doesn't get painful. My next example, I started just with my topic sentence here so I could walk you through how I developed my title. So my topic sentence and my main idea for this paragraph is: "The poem Harlem by Langston Hughes explores whether unrealized dreams rot away painfully or morph into something powerful." So I know that at the center of this paragraph is this idea of unrealized dreams, or dreams that don't come true and what happens to them. So I thought that a good hook or fun title would be "The Damage of Ignored Dreams." I have a little bit of alliteration here, even though damaged and dreams are far apart, but alliteration is a really, really good technique for trying to make that first piece of your title really fun and engaging. So I might keep that in mind. The more fun your wording is, the more attention catching that first piece of your title is going to be. All right, so I have that attention catching piece that's getting at the heart of the paragraph, and then I added my informative subtitle, which of course is going to have the title of the poem and the poet, so I'm identifying what text I'm looking at. And I just added a really simple kind of title frame at the beginning, which is "An exploration of." And this took no creativity. You can borrow this for your own titles, right? So an exploration of whatever text you're looking at, or an analysis of whatever text you're looking at, insights about whatever text you're looking at, right? So just the subtitle here is basically just identifying the text that we're looking at damaged dreams in. So there is, again, just the reminder that I have that colon at the end of my first line of my title, and then also that I'm using title case throughout. All right, last example, I have another topic sentence here. Robert Frost suggests in the poem Fire and Ice that humans' emotions will lead us to disaster. And so I have the central idea of my paragraph is going to be about human emotions and disaster. So I took a little bit of a different strategy here in wording my fun title first line as a question. So coming out of humans' emotions will lead us to disaster, I started with the question, is there really no way to save ourselves? You'll notice that I ended this first half of the title with a question mark because it is a question. So I have that question mark instead of a colon. And then my informative subtitle, I used Dangerous Emotions in Fire and Ice by Robert Frost, right? So since Robert Frost is suggesting that human emotions will lead us to disaster, I thought it made sense to call them Dangerous Emotions, and I've named the title and the poet there. And there's my final markup for the question mark, poem title, poem title with quotation marks, poet's name, and my title case. All right. So that is a good strategy for coming up with titles for your writing, and good luck creating your own engaging titles for your work.